Well, welcome along to Shrimpscast number 4. It's a time that sees Morecambe in 22nd place out of 24 in League 2 with 4 points from 6 matches. Since the last Shrimpscast, we've seen a very creditable draw away at Chesterfield. We've seen us take on Carlisle United, the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and again holding them to a draw, but going out on penalties. More recently, Friday night saw us at home back in action at Christie Park against Rochdale, and with a 3-0 lead, it looked as though we were going to get our first win of the season. However, that wasn't to be. So we're going to look to get through tonight. First of all, we have Sean O'Connor talking about one of his duties at Christie Park, which is the very excellent Shrimp Scene programme. Next up we have Glen Cooper talking about his views on the first and second half and the contrasts with the Rochdale game. And there's a bit of a surprise guest in the middle of there too. So sit back, enjoy the next 9 minutes or so with fantastic pictures from Brian Sheldon, and we'll see you the other side. Well, the 19th of September sees the long-awaited Morecambe bus being unveiled. Everyone's quite excited about that. I'm here with one of the organisers of the fundraising for that bus. I'm one of the guys that had the idea in the first place, Sam Hamblett. So, Sam, tell us how you got the idea.
Well, it was actually Aaron that came up with the idea. We were on the Eric Morecambe bus, and basically we were going across past Christie Park, and Aaron turned around and said what a great idea it would be to have a Morecambe bus, exactly like, same as sort of similar thing to Eric Morecambe one, and that's how we got started in October last year, and it's just sprung from there. Got a bit of support by coming to the ground wearing t-shirts with Morecambe FC Bus written on it, and the support was phenomenal.
Brilliant. So did you approach the club in the first place?
We did, yeah. We spoke to Rod Taylor, who was great, gave us as much support as possible. Yeah, and we were also speaking with Peter Howard as well. He was fantastic. He wanted to get on board the idea straight away. We decided, obviously, we'd get to the game, we'd show support for the bus. People kept asking us more about it, and it was fantastic what people were saying.
Well, I remember a couple of the fundraising events you had down here with it, and rattling your buckets and stickers and t-shirts and all sorts for it, and I think everyone's really taken it to the heart, so you must be really pleased.
Very, very pleased. I'm just happy that, we get to unveil on the 19th.
Yeah, I don't think people appreciate how much hard work has gone into it, and it took a bit to get some sponsorship, I understand.
It did, especially during these financial times. A lot of people are struggling as it is, and thanks to Paul, who got us in touch with Denise at Main's Business, helped us absolutely, has helped us massively to actually achieve where we are now.
Brilliant. Listen, I for one can't wait to see it. There's all sorts of rumours about what it's going to look like, who's on it, who's not on it, so come the 19th, I can't wait. So the only thing I will ask you, is it true that Sven is going to unveil it?
It's not.
Okay, so somebody better than Sven, yeah?
Of course.
Right, we'll look forward to that, and once it's been unveiled, we'll get some pictures up, and we'll have another chat with you and Aaron. Okay. See how you feel.
It's great.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Well, that was Sam Hamblett, one half of the fundraising team for the Morecambe FC Bus. Well, back on the pitch now. After Tuesday's disappointing departure from the Johnson's Paint Trophy after drawing with Carlisle and going out on penalties, we were very hopeful for a great result on Friday night and our first home win against Keith Hill's Rochdale. It is a cliche, but this certainly was a game of two halves. Glen Cooper summarises.
Yeah, well, when I saw the team line up, I felt really sorry for Michael Twist, because I think he's played brilliantly this season. He's worked really hard, and for him to get dropped for the arrival of Paul Mullin, I can see why Sammy's put Mullin in, but I felt really sorry for Twisty. But then you've got to hand it to them. Phil Jevons has played like a different player alongside a strike partner, and they do look like a partnership. Jevons has not nabbed a couple himself. Craney's been playing well in behind him. Of course, Craney played for a long time with Mullin at Accrington, and then has since played for a year and a bit with Jevons at Huddersfield, and they really played as if they know each other's game, and it looked like a really, really promising partnership up front there. And 3-0. We'll have to see how it goes this second half. Often in the second half it falls a bit flat, but we've played some good football and 3 very, very good goals.
Well, I wonder what Christies thinking of this.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what Christies has to say about Mullin after saying that we didn't need to bring him in.
Well, seeing as he was walking past at the time, I thought I'd ask him.
Well, without question, the difference for me has been Mullin. And as on Shrimp Voices, I was quite anti-Mullin. I've got to admit I was wrong. He's been brilliant. He's done everything that he expects to play alongside Jevons, and Jevons have capitalised on it. 2 good goals and another one from Crady, so it's been our half. But let's just hope we can hold out now and the defence plays its part.
Well, Neil Roebuck there, better known as Christie's child, eating a bit of humble pie there, I do believe. Fair play to him. Well, with the scoreline at 3-0 and the Shrimps seemingly cruising, what could go wrong? Well, as it turned out, just about everything. Rochdale made 2 substitutions at half-time and threw on 2 pacey guys to run a tower defence, and they got the reward. Once again, Glen Cooper summarises. What do you make of that?
Well, we were joking at half-time, weren't we? 3-0 up, we were saying, hey, we can snatch a draw out of this. Never thought it'd come to that. I don't know what it was. They made 2 substitutions at half-time and looked to have just a lot more energy than us in the second half. We brought Gary Hunter on to try and close it down in midfield. I think maybe that was a substitution a little bit too late because they were overrunning us. And we said, after they got their second goal, you know, when it was 3-1, we said the next goal is going to be very important. If they got it, I could see bad things for us. If we got it, I thought we'd go on to win comfortably because we'd have seen off their challenge. But yeah, they got it and ended up getting a draw, and it could have gone either way in the end. They had chances to win it. So did we. I thought Michael Twist was pulled back when he was free on goal in the dying stages there. I thought that should have been a free kick to us and probably sending off. But anyway, great game for the neutral. Just a shame none of us are neutrals.
So where do we go from here then?
Well, I think it was an encouraging performance again. You know, particularly first half, I think there was the showings of a good partnership up front with Jevons and Mullin, and we'll work on that. I mean, you know, we've gone 3-0 up, at least we've taken the lead for the first time, and Rochdale are a good side. You're not going to walk over teams like that.
Somebody's got to be disappointed with that.
Of course they have. We're all disappointed with that. I mean, they come at us in the second half, but we knew they were going to do that, and we should have been able to cope with it.
So what would you say to the team now in the dressing room if you were Sammy?
To remember the first half and the things that we did well, and to just make sure we don't do things like we did in the second half. I do think we had tired legs on there in the second half, and I think we maybe could have freshened it up a bit earlier, but it's easy to say that in hindsight. But some good performances, if you look at the positive sides of it, there's some good performances there. But we've got a tough few games coming up, and they'll need to pull themselves together after that, because they will be disappointed.
Unbeaten in 3?
Yeah, you could look at it that way, yeah. Unbeaten in 3, and if we can carry on like that, we'll not do so bad. But there'll be harsh words in that dressing room because we have really, however you want to try and justify it all, we've let that slip tonight. We should have won that tonight.
Thanks, Glen. Well, next up for the Shrimps is a tough test away at Rotherham at the Don Valley Stadium in Sheffield. The Millers are never an easy side to play. Next to Christie Park sees Sven-Goran Eriksson's Notts County roll into town. Will Sol Campbell be playing or not? One thing's for sure, the Morecambe bus will be unveiled on that day. I can't wait to see it.